welcome to my journey into another weigh-in, but without a weigh-in. I'm filming this on Wednesday, but you're seeing it on Friday, and while you're watching this, I am on my way to the beach. Depending on what time you're watching this, I might be on the beach. We're planning on leaving at 7 o'clock. We're going to meet at Holly's house at 7, because it's going that way, and we're hoping by noon we're going to be set up and enjoying the ocean. I cannot wait. And listen, we're probably out here during school hours because I'm out here early, but I'm gonna weigh in because I need to record it, but you just won't know it now, and then next week we'll pick up, or either on my vlog I'll mention it or something. You'll find out either way. But I went thrifting yesterday, and you have already seen that if you're watching in order, and I didn't really feel like talking while I was driving. I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. So you basically just got a haul, which I'm sure some of you are probably fine with that you don't have to hear me run my mouth. So guess what? We're gonna run it today. Listen, I just percolated this coffee and it is hot as far. So yesterday afternoon, after thrifting and everything, it was a late appointment, but I went to the dermatologist. And as you can see, I have a mole that's been there as long as I can ever remember, but I've never been to a dermatologist. I've never asked a regular doctor to look it out, and nobody's ever mentioned it to me. So it's just been part of me. And I thought, well, while I was there, I'd ask her, is this something I should maybe have checked? She goes, oh yes, I want to biopsy that. So she took a biopsy, but she looked at this rash, which is everywhere. I mean, everywhere, even on my head. She spotted some on my face that I didn't even know I had. And it's still itching. She says she thinks it looks like psoriasis. So she took a biopsy on my leg. That one was deep enough, it required stitches. But it don't hurt. This one don't hurt, it just itches. It just itches. This one she scraped. She said this is called a scrape biopsy, and this one's called a punch biopsy. But she gives you a little shot of lidocaine. You don't feel a single thing. Not a single solitary. I didn't even hardly feel the shot, to tell you the truth. So I didn't even know she was putting stitches in there. And I sit down. I just happened to look down because I knew she was doing something. I just looked, because I didn't see her cut it out, because I was just sitting there, let her do her thing. And she was still moving. I thought, what's she doing? I looked down there and she was stitching it up. I guess if I hadn't looked, she might not even have told me. I might not even have known. But I told her, I said, I've been racking my brain trying to think, what did I do different that could have caused it? I said, now there is a medicine that I thought of. The dosage was changed, and when the dosage was changed, the pill was changed. So before I started taking the new one, it was filled, but before I started taking the new one, I doubled up on the smaller dose because I didn't want to waste the ones I had bought. I said, so probably about the same time I got this rash is when I started taking it. She said, well, that's not it. She said, it takes longer than that for this to happen. I'm like, okay. I said, well, and then I did buy a new body wash that I can't remember if I used before or after. She said, this wasn't no body wash. So I said, okay. She said, I just think it's psoriasis, but she said the biopsy will tell. So I go back in 2 weeks to find out. And if it ain't, then I don't know what it is. I guess that'll be more for her to figure out. But in the meantime, she's giving me a steroid cream. She said, I'm gonna give you a vat of it. Because it's like my whole body. I don't need a tube, I need a whole smear everywhere. And she asked me, did I want ointment or cream? I said cream, because I can't walk around with like Vaseline peeling stuff all over me. Oh, and speaking of, I hadn't read my paper what to do with my leg, but I'm supposed to keep Vaseline and a Band-Aid on that. But I hadn't read what to do about this. Got a Band-Aid on it, so I'm just gonna leave it until I read. And then she gave me some kind of solution for my head. She said it's like a liquid. So I said I can put it on at night, and she said, yeah. Well, I looked when it was on my notes, because I got a thing that said I had notes, and it said twice a day. I'm like, there ain't no twice a day. I'm not going around walking with wet head stuff in my head when I got places to go. Now, if I ain't going nowhere, maybe, but what about people that have a job? How are they going to do that twice a day? So I don't know, but yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And so that's where we stand on that. Now yesterday, I thrifted pretty good bit, which you probably done seen. So I had a good day. I just wasn't very talkative for some reason. I stopped and got me a McDonald's chicken biscuit. I did not even know they made chicken biscuits. I've never had a chicken biscuit because the only place around here that I know of that you can get them is Bojangles. And they're Cajun filet. They're too hot for me. That's what David eats and that's what Holly eats. That's their favorite. I've never had one because I can't eat the chicken. Well, I was so hungry when I was at that one Goodwill in Charlotte that's down from the McDonald's. So I went on there to order something, and in the app they had a breakfast special. Any of the listed breakfast sandwiches, which looked like about every one they had, for $2. So I got that and a half-cut tea. And I was not feeling sausagey. I was not feeling McGriddly. So I didn't know what I was going to get. And then when I saw chicken biscuit, I'm like, well, I'm going to get that. And you know what? It was good. There was nothing on it but biscuit and a chicken. So I ate that going to Salisbury. I ate about a third of it before I could handle any more. And then on the way back home, I just picked the chicken out and ate the chicken. But it was actually really good. I was surprised. Now listen. I didn't mean to slurp. Tammy Joey has been going back and looking at my old videos. And when she comments on them, they're from years back. And she'll comment on them, and I can't remember, like what I said. But I can see, like on my thumbnail, a lot of them have my picture. And I'm looking like, oh my gosh, how different I look now, how it changed. And I thought, you know what? We used to talk a whole lot more about losing weight back then and staying motivated, different types of ways to lose weight and all this, that, and the other. And we don't do that anymore. And I don't know if it's because I'm not trying anything different anymore. And I feel like I don't have anything to talk about, but I kind of do. So I thought we'd kind of broach that subject today. I guess what got me thinking about it was, well, a lot of people, y'all, if you're new, I had gastric bypass. If you're not new, you know that because you went through the whole process with me. But before that, I tried everything known to man. I tried them all, and I'm very impatient. I pick on David, y'all know this. I call him one dose maintenance, because if he's ever given a medication and it doesn't happen to fix whatever he's taking it for in the first dose, this ain't working. So many, hold on, I'm gonna cough. Okay, many years ago, I gave him the nickname one dose maintenance. Well, sometimes he has to use it on me because I get that way too, one dose maintenance. But I get that way about diets. I'm one dose maintenance. I'll try it. I'm like, oh, this ain't working. I ain't losing weight. This ain't working. So was the diet not working, or was it me not working? Well, probably a little bit of both. But here's the thing that I have finally come to the conclusion after having the bypass is, for me personally, now the best idea on a restriction diet, because to me, it is a diet. If you got to change the way you want to eat, it's a diet. You can call it a lifestyle if you want to, but that lifestyle is a diet. That's how I believe, and I will always believe that. So the one I did the best on was low carb, and then for several reasons I got off of that. Well, even to that point, restriction diets don't work for me. I think that's why everything I tried, you had to cut out this or you had to cut out that, and it just didn't work for me. I'm one of those people, and my mama's probably watching and she knows, don't tell me I can't do something, because I will do it. I will find somehow way to do it. And don't tell me to do it, or I'm going to be like, don't worry about me, I'm that stubborn. I'm that stubborn person. And I've told y'all many times about the two girls that sit on my shoulder. This one over here, she'll tell me, she says, girl, don't you do that. You better stop it. And this one over here says, go girl, help yourself. And I can justify either one of them. Depends on what I want at that time. I can justify doing it, or I can justify not doing it, just because that's who I am. And so I have concluded, now that I am on it's a diet. In technical terms, a gastric bypass is a diet, because honey, let me tell you, I can't eat like I want to eat. I've had to change my eating, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Y'all know part of it I ain't changed, but then part of it has changed for me. But I have concluded now that I'm eating the way I eat, restriction just was not for me. If you find a way that you can eat, even if it has a restriction on it, then go for it. If you can't, then try to figure out some other way to do it. If you're the kind of person who needs to just eat what you want to eat, figure out a way to eat less. Just figure it out. You know what my way to figure it out was? Gastric bypass. Just telling me to eat less wasn't working. It just wasn't working for me. And I don't have any shame in sitting here and telling you that. You don't get to almost 400 pounds and not be a eater, you know? And when I have to give up something and I get the craving for it, then I go off the deep end. And I like, okay, well, I can't do that again. That don't work. So then I would try something else and try something else. And when I needed to get my knees replaced in such a desperate way, the only way to get them done was to lose weight, because I weighed too much. They wouldn't do the surgery. That's when I decided, okay, the doctor told me, his own words, you can get these knees replaced or you can be crippled. So I'm like, okay. And he told me, he said, have you thought about surgery? I said, well. So I talked to David. I said, you know what? I'm going to go talk about it. And when I did, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because I've got to have these knees. And not to mention, I've got to have a life. Now, I have lost 70 pounds on my own. And how many ever years it took, I can't remember by now. 70 pounds when I went to go get my bypass. And then all the rest of it I've lost since then. But you see, it's taken years. And that's because I'm not doing it. And y'all know this. I'm not doing what they tell you to do. Just eat all the protein. Stay away from the carbs and all that stuff. That's what they want you to do. And I can't do it. That's another one of those restrictive things for the rest of my life I cannot do. The way it's coming off of me now, slowly, is a thing I can do. I am eating what I want, when I want, just not as much as I want. And that's where the surgery helps me, because I can't eat as much as I want. I can eat more times during the day, and if I'm not careful, I will overeat that way. But I can't overeat at one setting. Case in point, this is how, when I was saying technically this is a diet because it changes the way I want to eat. And it is also, it's not, let me stress this, because some of y'all have had this too, because y'all have talked to me. Don't let anybody, and I won't let anybody tell me that it's the easy way out, because honey, it is far from the easy way out. Case in point, we went to the Pizza Hut Classic this past weekend. Oh, it was so nice. We enjoyed that so much. It was just like walking into a blast from the past, and we will go back. But I got 2 pieces of pizza. I showed you the picture. They weren't big pieces. They were just 2 pieces of pizza, maybe off of a medium pizza, you know, and a salad, like a little side salad. I ate maybe 4 bites of salad, and I did not even eat the full 2 pieces of pizza. I didn't eat none of the crust. I ate 1 piece up to the crust, and I ate the other piece almost to the crust. And I made the mistake of taking a sip of cold water. You're not supposed to drink 30 minutes before you eat, while you eat, or 30 minutes after you eat. And I'm pretty good about that, but I do need a little bit of something sometimes to wash something down. So I'm not strictly no drinking while I'm eating, but I do know, and I made the mistake, when I eat and I'm full, and that filled me up. I mean, good gracious, that filled me up. I can't take a sip of cold drink. Like my water that I keep, my ice water, I keep sitting here by my table. If I eat and I take a sip of cold water, right back up it comes. And that's what happened to me at Pizza Hut. I took 1 sip, not a gulp even, just a sip of my ice water, just to wash my food down. 30 seconds to a minute. I told David, I said, I got to go. So there was somebody in the woman's bathroom and she wasn't coming out, and I was going to lose it right there in the hallway into the bathroom. So I just went to the man's room, and my pizza and my salad came right back up. So that's not the easy way, throwing up your food. So don't let anybody make you think you're copping out because you got your stomach shrunk. No. You know what is a change? Because you know what I would like to do back on other diets or Weight Watchers, whatever it was, I would have a splurge day. The weekends, Saturday would always be a splurge day, pretty much no matter what diet we did. And David, he would work with me and do things too, you know. And the splurge day would be, oh my gosh, we're going to Pizza Hut. Oh, I'm going to eat some good pizza, and I'm going to eat a salad. I would eat it, I would get full, I would enjoy it. I would go home, I'd get back on track the next day. I can't enjoy food like I did. There is no enjoyment of food. I like the way something tastes, and I will keep eating it up to a point to where I have to stop. Now, the foods that taste good to me are the carbs. No, rice and pasta, oh my gosh, those are good. But you know what, I'm lucky. Those two things, even though they would be considered a slider food, which are just foods that just keep going down, they don't fill up your belly, they fill mine up. I can hardly eat any rice, and I can hardly eat any pasta. So I'm lucky in that respect. Things that I can eat a lot of, if I sit down and eat crackers, or like last night I woke up hungry. Oh my gosh, I was hungry because I had 2 egg, the little ones you get in the freezer section. That's what I had for supper. I had 2 egg rolls. I made chicken fried rice, and I didn't want any. I don't know why, because I love rice. And Dave said it was really good. I made it with fried rice, rice-a-roni. He said it didn't taste Chinese. He said, but I definitely make it again. He said it was really good. So I'm like, okay, well, good to know. But I didn't eat. I'll probably eat some today because it was leftover. So I just wanted the egg rolls. That's all I wanted. But I woke up and I was hungry because I didn't eat. Being out and about, I had no breakfast. I had that chicken. And when I come in, I'm trying to think, did I eat anything? Oh, I think I ate some leftover pasta hamburger thing that I made the night before. A little bowl of that, because like I said, it fills me up, and I didn't eat nothing else. So for supper, that's what I wanted. Those 2 little egg rolls, and that's what I ate. What was we going with that? Oh, so I woke up in the middle of the night just hungry. So I had some Ritz crackers, and I can sit there and just eat some Ritz crackers. That don't fill me up. So stuff like that, I can eat a lot of. But the part that has changed is I can't just sit down and enjoy a meal. When we have get-togethers over here, Christmas parties, Halloween parties, Easter parties, Thanksgiving parties, whatever, I can't sit there and fill my plate up and say, well, I'm going to get back on track the next day. No, I have to eat little dibs and dabs of this, that, and the other. I can't just enjoy a nice big meal. I can't enjoy a nice plate of sweets because they make me sick. So my way of eating has changed. So if you have had the gastric bypass, don't let nobody poo-poo you for it. And if you're thinking about it, don't let nobody poo-poo you for it. But just know that you will still have to change. You still have to change. But whatever diet you're on, just make sure it's one that you can live with. Make sure, okay, like I told you, it's a diet. Make sure it is a diet that you can make your lifestyle. Let's put it that way. This, even though it's not the lifestyle I want, because the lifestyle I want is eating any daggum thing I want, as much of it as I want, and never gain weight. That is not a lifestyle I will ever have. There are people out there that can do that. Guess what? I'm not one of them. No. Maybe back in the day, but not as an adult, no. So the best thing you can do about losing weight is to find what works for you. And it's hard for me to sit here and tell you to limit your intake of food when I wasn't able to do that on my own. If you can figure that out, you've beat half the game. I did used to try to figure out volume eating, where you eat low calorie foods and lots of it, but a lot of that would require like vegetables and raw vegetables, and y'all know how I feel about that stuff. I'm not keen on it. I like my vegetables fried, like fried squash and fried okra. And I like greens, but you can't just gorge on greens. I mean, and to us, a side is beans and taters. We're just not big vegetable people. We weren't raised that way unless it come out of the garden. And 9 times out of 10, it was going to be something fried. That's just how we're raised down here. And if you're new here, my name is Kim, and I'm from North Carolina. Uh-oh. Somebody's going to get their trees cut down today. Listen, this thing is itching. Let me let him go up there. He's not very loud, but we'll let him go. I remember one time, Susan Powder. Is it Powder or TER? Powder? It's one of those. You remember her back in the day? She had the short, spiky, platinum blonde hair. Her big thing was volume eating, but I don't think they called it volume eating back then. They might have called it something else. But she would say, you can eat like this many potatoes in place of like one brownie. So eat more to fill you up instead of one little bitty something like that. So get your calories from volume. And I'm not one, listen, low carb, doing without taters, that was just not my jam. I did it and I worked, but it was not something I can hold on to because I do like a tater. David too. We like a tater anyway, we can get a tater. But look her up if you have a problem with not getting enough to eat. Go look up Susan Powder. I have one of her cookbooks that I can't even remember. I can see it in my mind, but I can't remember what it's called. But she gives you recipes on how to eat big volumes of food to fill you up for less calories than little small volumes of high calorie food. That could be something that you want to investigate, because if I was still eating with my big size stomach, I would definitely have to do that to still try to live the life of eating what I want, when I want, but tweak it a little bit. So you don't even have to follow a recipe. Well, you don't have to follow a recipe strictly neither, unless it's like bacon. You really need to do that. But a diet plan, I personally don't think you need to follow it strictly. If you can make a tweak here or there, maybe, was that my problem? Did I tweak too many things? I did tweak things, but there were things I couldn't live with otherwise. I cannot stress this enough. No matter what you do or how you do it, it's got to be something you can live with. Now, do I want to eat like I have to eat now? No, but can I live with it? Yes, I actually can. I am making it work for me. That's why it's going slower. If I was doing what the doctor told me to do, see, it's my tweak. It's my own personal tweak. I'm not doing what the doctor told me to. And if you have it, I'm not telling you not to do what your doctor told you to, because I ain't no doctor. I'm not telling you, you do what your doctor tells you, whatever you feel like doing. Don't listen to me. I'm just telling you my experience. I tweaked it to the point where I can live with it. And even though it's not exactly how I would like to live my life, I'm not going to be able to, weight loss surgery or not. I can't just gorge on food and expect to lose weight. And like where I am right now, I'm telling you, I'm fine where I'm at. Although I will tell you this, and some of you older ladies can identify whether you've lost weight or not. You know, when you lose a lot of weight, I've lost almost 200 pounds. I don't know what it is as of today because I won't weigh till Friday. But it's getting close to 200 pounds. It really is. And there's a lot of sagging skin. I have told y'all that. I mean, a lot of sagging skin. If I could take my skin off, I'd be even smaller. But there's a part of a woman's body that, even if she doesn't lose weight, when she gets older, it sags. And you know what I'm talking about. Well, when I made my dermatologist appointment, the little girl asked me, she said, would you prefer a man or a woman? I said, oh, a woman. I said, because if I've got the, like, disrobe, okay, I want to make sure my phone wasn't full. There's a reminder to take my medicine. You know, if I've got to disrobe in front of somebody, it's not going to be some strange man. Are y'all like this? The older I get, the more I don't want a man doctor for anything. a man doctor can do surgery on me, because if he's gonna see me naked, I'll be asleep and won't know no different. But if I got the disrobe in front of a doctor, I wanted to be a woman. So I had to, yesterday, everything except my undies, I had to take everything off and put a gown on. And then when she come in, she had to see where the rash was, so there it went. And I'm just sitting there in all my sagging glory with her and the nurse, just sitting there like I just am enjoying myself, which I was 100% not enjoying myself. But the sagginess of it all was sad. It was sad. I don't even know how we got on that subject. Oh, I don't know. How did we get on the subject? I was going, oh, maybe about women doctors or whatever, but I like a woman doctor. I even told her, I said, thank you for being a woman doctor in this field. I said, because I'm just more comfortable with you. She said, well, I'm glad I could be in this as a service for that. I said, yes. When I was younger, it didn't bother me, but the older I get, I don't care for that at all. Am I the only one? I cannot be the only one. Somebody tell me I am not the only one. It's just, it does not appeal to me. It does not appeal to me at all. Boy, that hot coffee's getting cold. So, I wish I had more. Look, there's my man. Every time we come out here and talk, my little man comes showing up. He's got one more night of work. He can't wait. He's so ready to go to the beach. He can't wait. I made him go buy new shorts yesterday, so when I was out and about, he was buying some shorts. Hold on. Okay, we talked a little bit, so I don't even remember what we was talking about. But maybe it was talking about the videos I used to put out. I used to put out more informational videos, I guess because I was more into trying to find something that worked, and so I would research this and I would research that, and I guess that's why I don't do that stuff anymore, is because I don't do any of those plans anymore. So I feel like I don't have anything to, well, I mean, when I would give you those videos, I would research and make my notes and all this and that, because I wouldn't just try to remember, you know, facts off the top of my head. I can give you my opinion all day long, but facts I would never try to take off the top of my head. So I don't know, maybe I need to get back to researching some things and coming back to Motivational Monday, you know. Motivation would help me too, because I need, listen, eating motivation, I still struggle in that. Like, we got those apple fritters, oh my gosh, from Ingles, those things were the bomb. Oh my gosh, they were absolutely delicious. They come in a box of 6. So that was 3 for David and 3 for me. And guess what? I ate my 3. Took me 3 days, but I had 1 apple fritter a day. I shouldn't have done that. I don't need a dessert every day. So, and I never did eat my donut. David ate that. He said it was really sweet. I'm like, well, I'm not even gonna try because it make me sick. But I can do better in that. If there's something sweet, super sweets make me sick. Mainly a lot of chocolate will make me sick, and that's a shame because I love chocolate. The apple fritter did not make me sick. Donuts don't make me sick, but like chocolate desserts, they really, and if it's just something really rich, I guess rich sweet things are what makes me sick more than just sweet, I guess is a better way to describe it, because like I said, the apple fritter did not make me sick. Krispy Kreme donuts don't make me sick. Give me a piece of chocolate cake and I'm gonna, oh, it's gonna be bad. I'm gonna have to eat a little teeny sliver, you know. I got a homemade chocolate pudding that I make in the microwave that is absolutely delicious. And I've made it for years, ever since the kids were younger at home. Even when I was on a diet plan, I would come in here some nights and just make it for myself after David would go to work and just eat that. I've wanted to make it ever since I've had this surgery. I have wanted to make it, and I know that I can't, because I will eat it to the point of getting sick, because that is a slider food. Pudding, you can just sit there and just guzzle down some pudding before you realize it, and then by the time that sweetness hits your stomach and your system, it's over with, honey. It is over with. But maybe I need to do more, because like I said, I could do better myself. on things. I can definitely do better on moving. I'm still not moving. I've got to do that. Okay, that's just cold. I do move when I'm out and about because I can walk. You know what I'm saying? Now that I've lost weight and I've got knees, and that's one of these beach trips. That's another thing. Think about all the things you want to do. There are things I wanted to do. One of them, I did it. My NASCAR racing experience. I did it. Another one was go to the beach. Just something as simple as going to the beach. The last time I went, I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk in the sand because my knees just wouldn't do it. Walking in sand is different from walking on flat ground. So I just couldn't do it. And I knew I could not go back to the beach until I got my knees done. And guess what? We already talked about it. Couldn't get my knees done until I got my weight under control. So that's what happened. This weekend is going to be another thing off of my, hey, I got knees and I lost weight bucket list. So I'm excited about that. She wasn't even looking. She was on her mission. I think we're going to get rain today. I don't know if it's coming for it or not, but it is getting cloudy and cold. You can see the wind blowing. So think about the things you want to do. Think about the things you want to do. Your health is important. And I always say I didn't lose weight for vanity's sake. And I say because I didn't have that problem. But I shouldn't even say that don't worry about it, because if that is one of your reasons, then that's good enough. If you do want to look better or different or slimmer or whatever, if it makes you feel better, then let that be one of your reasons. Just because it wasn't one of mine don't mean it can't be one of yours. And it's not, I shouldn't even say vanity, but that's the word you use. I'm not saying you're vain if you worry about how you look, because I'm not gonna lie, I like how I look better now. When I look back at pictures of myself, I'm like, I didn't even know I looked like that. And at the time I didn't care, but now I'll be honest with you, I look at it, I'm like, I should have cared maybe. But if I don't want to call you vain, it's just vanity is the word you use. If feeling better because you feel like you look better to yourself, not necessarily anybody else, because who cares, then let that be one of your reasons. Sit down like I did. I wrote a list of things I wanted to do, things that I needed to do again that I was not able to do. Keeping up with my grandchildren was one of them. And I've been able to do that. If I was back where I was, there's no way I could have Momo Day and have Jacob and Wesley with me. A 6-month-old and a 4-year-old, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. There would be no Momo Day. They would just have to bring them to me and stay here for me to visit. They couldn't leave them here. I couldn't have taken the 3 of them with Holly to play games. I couldn't have stood around. I wouldn't have made it. The beach, I'll be able to play with Jacob. If he wants me to get up and walk around the beach and look for seashells and walk in the water, I'll be able to do that with him. Y'all, I'm going to get teary-eyed thinking about it. If nothing else I have said to you today made sense, which it probably didn't because I've been all over the place, let it sink in that things that you can do after you lose your weight is worth the struggle. It's worth the whatever it is you have to do. It's worth it to get there. I'm telling you. All the things I've been through and dealt with and struggled with, and even the way I throw up my food now, it's still worth it to be able to do what I do. So don't just don't quit trying. That's always my bottom line. Is just don't give up. That's always going to be my bottom line. Sit down and make your list. Why do you need to lose weight? Why do you want to lose weight? What do you want to do? What's the lifestyle you think you can live with? Can I give up this? Can I give up that? Do I have to have this? Do I have to have that? How can I get it and still stay within my limits of the plan I'm on? Is there a plan I want to do? Is there not a plan I want to do? Do I want to do a plan that's already written out? Do I want to make my own plan? Whatever's going to work. just get down with a notebook and a pen and just start writing stuff. Start writing notes. It don't have to be a perfect outline like you're making a thesis, paper, statement, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. It just start writing it. Go back and read your notes. Write them today, and go back in a few days and read them. If it made sense, if it didn't make sense, if you need to rewrite it, make it where it makes sense. You're like, oh, well, I didn't think of this one. Oh, I missed this one. So, I just don't want you to give up. I want you to be able to live your dreams. And if you've already gotten there, oh, you know what? There's a gnat on my phone, and you see my window facing. It is right on my phone where the window facing is, and it's on my phone, but on here it looks like it's that big because it's little on my phone, but the perspective of it is that big on my window, and that's why I started to look around. What in the hell is that on my on my window? Woo! Maybe that, okay, he flew away. Maybe that's a good place to stop. So I am currently on my way or at the beach when you're watching this, and there will not be a mini planet grocery haul tomorrow because I'm not thinking of what I'm going to come back and eat next week, because we're not coming back till Sunday, and if we eat Sunday night it'll be eating out. I ain't coming home and cooking. That ain't happening. I ain't cooking while I'm down there. We're taking sandwiches Friday. We're going to take sandwiches and drinks, so when we get there we can just drag our stuff straight to the beach and stay out there until it's time to check in. And then we're going to go to Crab Catchers Friday night. That's the one I told the kids. I said, I don't care where else we go to eat, budget for Crab Catchers. Because, oh my gosh, best scallops I've ever had. Cannot wait. And they're calling for rain. Every day it changes the amount. And that's what me and Dave were talking about. He says, I don't care. He said, while we sitting around eating our food at the restaurant, he said, it can rain then. Or some late afternoon shower. We can deal with that. Just not during the day. Leave us alone then. But so we're gonna just take some littles, and that's the only as much cooking as is going to be done just for a short weekend. We're not doing it. So anyway, that'll probably be the next video you see whenever I get around to editing and uploading that. So until then, I'll just see you when I see you.